Hello, hello, and welcome to another sesh. It's Friday with myself, Sabine Mataru, and
Emma
my
Gosling. Yes, I'm so happy it's Friday.
yeah, what a week it's been. We almost did a whole week of live streams together, which is great, isn't it? Because we made a commitment, and this is actually something we're going to talk about today. It's about making that commitment to yourself. And the question in this video is, how are you showing up, and where are you showing up for your potential clients? And are you showing up, or are you hiding? And if you are hiding, don't worry, it's absolutely normal. We know how it feels. We've been there as well. And I was probably, when I started off, I was actually scared of doing any live streams or coming on any videos, and still seeing myself as a bit weird. However, it made such a big difference in my business and I'm sure, Emma, you as well. I mean, you've done just a summit a couple of weeks ago, and you had all these amazing women showing up. And I've been hosting an online TV show for years, and I've had like 200-300 guest experts, but I wasn't born naturally to actually host these shows. And it doesn't mean that you need to go and do these shows and get like podcasts and everything else. It's just, how are you showing up? And there are many ways actually showing up for. It's not just for your clients, but it's for yourself as well, because at the end of the day, how are they going to know how you can help them if you are not showing up, if you aren't visible? So if you're watching this, let us know, where are you being visible? What do you do? Just give us a little hello. We'd always love to hear from you, and from I think some people are in our groups, or they've been in our challenges before. So love to hear what you guys are up to, and how do you feel, right? This is an open conversation. That's what we're here for. Emma and I, we made the commitment to turn up for 10-15 minutes every day in about lunchtime, and just talk about one of the small aspects and help you with business strategy and mindset, because that I'm doing the business strategy talk, obviously, and Emma knows a lot about mindset. And I think the combination needs to be there. And I believe that, if you're not visible and if you're hiding, there is not just go and do it. I think there is a mindset thing behind it. And maybe, Emma, you can talk a little bit about that and how we can get around that.
Yeah, well, I can share with you my own story that when I first started my holistic therapy business, I was working with a coach, and she said, you need to be on video, because I just got a website, I got some cards printed, dropped them off at a few local shops, and thought, well, just sit back and wait for the clients to come in then. Oh, it didn't happen. And she said, you need to get out there. You need to have, you need to have a business page on Facebook. You need to be doing live videos. And I could actually feel my stomach like clenching at those words. And I just thought, I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear that. I'll just pretend that, I won't mention that topic again. And it was, the excuses that I was coming up with were really, really interesting. And I did some discovery work with the techniques that I use, and this fear of being out there, of not wanting to be in public. I mean, I didn't even have a photo of myself on my website. I didn't want people to see me. Bizarre. Well, I think it's bizarre now looking back, but at the time it wasn't, because there were experiences that I'd had as a child that made me feel that it wasn't safe to be visible, that it was actually threatening or dangerous. And so, when we're infants, when we're born, we don't have that fear of being visible. We want to be looked at. We want to be cooed over and sort of looked at by our parents. And if we don't get what we need, if we don't get our needs met, then we scream, we cry, we are expecting attention. And so it's our experiences as we start growing up that chip away at that feeling of, I can get what I want by just opening my mouth, and waving my arms and legs around, that being very visible starts to be sort of eroded away. And so it's good to remember that that we weren't born that way, not wanting to be visible, and that you can have a little check in with yourself, what it is about being visible that makes you fearful, whether it's just that not wanting to be seen, or whether actually being visible is, well, that means that I might get more people wanting to work with me, and I fear success, because fear of success is as prominent, I think, as fear of failure. They're both kind of people sometimes have both of those fears. Sometimes they have one or the other. And so
the interesting thing, can I just say that I always thought, no, I don't have fear of success. No, why would I? Because success is the ultimate thing that we all want. And it wasn't until I really sat down and I made some notes, and I thought, well, what if, I have to now work more hours in my business? And then it came up to me, like, and then it's like, do I self-sabotage myself sometimes, and sort of hold myself back and not going all out there and not doing all the things that I kind of meant to do, or because I think it is there, and certainly the fear of failure, because it's like, what will other people think of me if I put myself out there, and the other thing as well, it's like, I want to please everyone. I don't want to say anything wrong, and what if I have this wrong opinion, right? So
the fear of rejection is big. It's instinctual, and it can stop us from stepping outside of our comfort zone. And let's face it, for a lot of people, it's not very comfortable to switch on a video and be present in that way. But even for some people, that they're not, we're not just talking about video and being live or speaking in public, but it's even, writing posts, because you are putting yourself out there and people are going to, start seeing your stuff. And so, it's good to reflect on what it actually is that's stopping you from doing it, because the fear is likely to be a metaphorical fear rather than an actual fear. We're built to worry about survival out in the open, finding shelter, finding food, try not to be eaten by an animal. And so our minds can conjure up all these like metaphorical fears of rejection, and they're just illusions at the end of the day.
Because if you really think about it, nothing's really happening to you physically. We're just here on a video, we're chatting, and hopefully we can add some value to our audience and connect with you guys, right? So what's there to fear about? Because if you know what you're talking about, and you have a service that's hugely valuable, and even, you can show up for 5 minutes a day, out of 24 hours, it's not gonna harm you, right? And I guess another question that came up for me is like, how serious am I about building my business and providing that income? Because I'm sure if you had, if you had no fallbacks, like literally nothing, and you're gonna, either live or die, you will probably make it happen. You will probably do whatever it takes to get out there and get your business and make that money, right? You would do that. And that's when you would become that fearless warrior, and then just go and do the stuff.
Yeah.
And I would encourage, everyone to just think that way. Just think, look, what if I only had today until 6 p.m. to make X amount of money? What would I do? And I think it's the starting point is the hard bit, because once you start doing it, it becomes easier. It was the same for me when I started the online TV show. Of course, I was nervous, and I was hugely visible. I started to interview all these amazing ladies who already had big audiences, and we all kind of shared the stream, and I think I had about 5 or 10 guests at the time. So all of a sudden, it's like had maybe 3,000-4,000 views with one video, and that felt a little bit scary. But
Yeah,
it
wow.
was, as long as I just thought, well, I'm just here to have fun, to add value, then it was all right, And then you get all these amazing comments and people inquiring about your services, and that feels really good. And that's where we want to get to, right?
Yeah, it's the constant sort of like, this is the purpose or the why or the motivation, or these people are the purpose, like your kids, maybe they're your purpose and your motivation for being successful, or the people you want to help, or both, or something else. And then the sort of the fears, kind of, which way is the balance going to tip today, sort of thing.
Because I'm sure you would do anything to rescue your kids, if there was something, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
You'd be running a marathon. You get over that fear, and you do whatever it takes to rescue in emergency situations. So yeah, I mean, I'm not saying the business is an emergency, but yeah, if you really want to build that business and increase your income and also your impact, then it needs to be seen as like, I'm going to do whatever it takes, in a nice way, not in a pushy way, but at least, say, well, I'm going to show up every day. I'm going to make that time available, and I have a strategy in place, and I'm going to show up every day, whatever it takes, or at least Monday to Fridays, right?
Yeah.
So, and if you're now thinking, well, yeah, this sounds all good and well, and actually maybe you need a push, Emma and I are going to run the Quantum Growth Challenge, not next week, the week after, where we will be exactly helping you with those little nudges in terms of putting the strategy together to become visible.
Mm-hmm.
We also are going to help you create your online program. So if you're already started a program, then obviously we'll look at that and help you tweak it. But if you are potentially someone who's been working offline and want to go online now, it's a great place to come and join the challenge, because by the end of the 5 days, and it's absolutely free, by the way, we'll be actually coaching you for 5 days through setting up an online program, and also how you can launch it and how you can become super visible. Just going to grab the link. Emma, you are also doing your part in terms of helping with the mindset side of things in the challenge.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some experiential work. So it's actually, it's kind of going to be helping you shift things rather than just saying, oh, you could do this, you could do that. I will be doing a little bit of that as well, suggestions. And when you have a suggestion, it's always good to know why as well, the reason behind it. And so we're going to be looking at the ways that the mind works in order to, get what you want, basically.
Perfect. So there's a link. It's quantumgrowthchallenge.com. Have a look what we do. Would love to see you, help you. It is absolutely free to join. And we also have an amazing workbook. Actually, I'll bring it onto the live. I mean, we'll probably take a break over the weekend. I think if you're doing 5 lives a week, that's okay. So we'll be back on Monday, 1:00, and then we'll show you the workbook. But I think it's also on the website. But even just the workbook had amazing testimonials on its own last time.
Yeah, it was great.
Really amazing results. So it was fabulous. So we'll hope to see you in the challenge. It'll be starting 21st of September. We have very small tasks, so don't think you're going to.
It's not going to be overwhelming.
Very short tasks and implementable tasks. Okay, very, very important. So yeah, that's all we're going to say today. We wish you a fabulous weekend.
Yeah,
and we'll see you back on Monday.
Yeah, great. Can I just say that I love this little banner going across the bottom? It's like the news. Yeah. I feel like a newsreader with it like passing by at the bottom.
Join the challenge.
Yeah. Today's headline. That's what it is.
That's what it is. We'll see you soon. Bye.
All right. Bye.